What's up, guys? Today we're going to change the thermostat on a 2005 Dodge Ram 1500. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do before we start changing our thermostat, we're going to drain all the coolant out. And to do that, there's a drain plug underneath the car right here by the radiator. It's right there. It's like an 18mm socket. Fit pretty decent. That's how I got it loose. And I connected a hose, rubber tube hose, to prevent it spilling everywhere. So you just connect it to that nipple at the bottom of the drain plug. So yeah, so while we do that, we're gonna wait until our coolant's all out, and then we'll proceed. All right guys, so while that drains, this is what we're looking for. We want our radiator hose to be pretty soft. We want to be able to squeeze it so there's no fluid in it. So that's what we're doing right now while we wait. It looks pretty good. It's nice and soft. So we're going to proceed with what we're doing. What we want to do next is remove this clamp from the radiator hose and just pull it off to the side. Use some lineman pliers or some channel locks. This will work for me. So what you want to do next is you want to take the hose off and then take the housing unit off. There's two 13mm bolts. There's one up here, and then there's one down here. You want to remove those to get the housing unit off. So the two 13mm bolts are right here. The top one, take the top left, and then the bottom one, bottom right. So you loosen those two. Some liquid's gonna come out. Might have a little waterworks, but it's no problem. But those are the two 13mm bolts that you need to remove to access the thermostat. Alright guys, so we got those two 13mm sockets off, and there's our thermostat. You can see it's fucked up, and that's what we're gonna take out right now. This is our new one. So here's our old thermostat, all worn out. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our new thermostat back where we found it, right in here, and bolt our housing unit back on with the hose. Alright, so we just got our 13mm bolts back onto the housing unit right here and down below. Put our hose back on with the clamp so everything's back up. We're going to close our drain valve and fill up our radiator. The radiator system, we're going to fill it back up and turn the car on with the cap off and wait till all the bubbles disappear, pretty much. Pretty much you fill it up until the bubbles. So pretty much to break it down, fill up your radiator after you close your drain plug until you can't fill it up no more. Keep your funnel in, start the car, have the engine running. The coolant should circulate through the radiator of the engine. You can kind of squeeze on these radiator hoses if necessary. But so you got your car on, it's running, got your coolant in. You're gonna keep filling your coolant until you have some extra in the funnel. This is important because as the car's running and the coolant gets warmer, it's gonna push the air bubbles out. And this is what we were talking about, bleeding the radiator. So you want all the air bubbles out so that way that your engine is able to work properly and cool off. Because if there's air bubbles in it, it's not gonna cool off right and your heat might not work. So it's very important for this step to do that. So right now I already did it. My phone died when I was doing it, but just want to stress that. So it's gonna take about 20 minutes with the car being on. You're gonna see all these little bubbles coming out through the funnel. And once the bubbles have stopped, pretty much that's it, you're done. Cap it up while it's on and ensure that your thermostat gauge is working properly and your heat's working properly.